had intended recording all this in one long video, but it proved impossible to edit it and download it and upload it and all the rest of it. So it's now in 4 separate pieces. I hope you can find them. And this is, or should be, the last of the 4, part 4. I was talking about one of the 27 reasons for swinging over the top being not rotating the left forearm on the backswing. The 2 of the players, Dustin Johnson and John Rahm, who don't do this very much, but they make the extra movement of bowing the wrist at the top of the backswing, which has a similar effect of getting the club into a good position at the top of the backswing so that they drive down from there. But if you don't do any of those reasons, rotating the forearm or doing this extreme movement that John Rahm does, you will get to the top of the backswing with the club across the line, and you're bound to swing over the top from there, unless you do this movement here, rotating the left forearm. This last movement was sort of quite elusive to me when I was changing my swing, and it was the last piece that enabled me to get rid of my slice, and I found it easier to do it by actually rotating the left forearm right at the start of the backswing. This worked for me. My backswing is very short, so it would have been impossible to do it right at the top. Possible for me, so I rotate the left arm there at the start of the backswing, and that gets me into a better position at the top of the backswing, which is quite short. It seems, again, counterintuitive for someone who is always sliced to give the impression of rolling the club face open on the backswing, but it worked for me. You might like to try it. The next reason for swinging over the top is pulling the bell rope, pulling the chain on the downswing. This has been quite popular as a way of describing the start of the downswing, but it implies that you're pulling vertically, like that. Now, yes, that might be the correct action of the hands, but you don't want the club going from there vertical, over the top. Pulling on the bell rope from that position, pulling on the bell rope, the chain, more twaddle. If you get into a good position at the top of the backswing, what you want to do is to be pulling the whole structure down like that, or at least have that feeling as you start the downswing, not pulling and making the club more steep. Again, Sergio Garcia is a good example to watch on a good feeling from the top of the backswing of lowering the whole structure. I can't do it very well in my swing, as I said, because of inflexibility, but you might like to try it. In addition, by pulling down with the right hand as well, not just pulling like that, not just pulling down to the left arm, but pulling with the right, does help to increase lag and eventually power. Now, the next reason, if you take the club too much on the inside, it will tend to climb up and again come over the top. So if I take it round here, the next movement I have to do is to do that. And now, as you can see, the club is starting to move already over the top. This is, in essence, this is doing part 1 of the backswing, the body and the legs and the body and the shoulders turning, without doing part 2 at the same time. So part 2, lifting the club with the hands and arms, is coming in too late. Round there with the arms and shoulders, then up with the hands and the arms, and it's too late because from there you've already got the club moving this direction and you will come over the top. unless you're someone like Bobby Locke. As I said, he used to take it right round on the inside, but used his hands and arms by rotating the left forearm to get the club back into position, but that's very difficult to do from such an extreme backswing position. Next reason, taking the club too high with the arms on the backswing. This is similar to the last point. If I take the club back to a decent position there, but then I go higher, right elbow is going to float, but you can see the club is already starting to come back this direction, and then we'll go over the top. Swing back to a comfortable position, then come down. Don't force it to go any higher because the club will then go up here and will come back over the top. Failing to release the club head through the ball. This can work its way into the downswing and cause over the top. This is a huge subject, often taught incorrectly, but I haven't got time to go into it here. Just suffice to say, if you do not let the club swing through like that, the club take you into the follow through. Instead, you try to hold it and pull it round. That action can work its way back into the downswing, so that when you keep repeating it, you do more of this. I'm exaggerating here for effect, but that can work its way back into the backswing with repeated swings doing that. Just let the club swing through and up. Let it go. Let it release. Many good golfers sway slightly to the right on the backswing. Central position, just back like that. Now a small amount of sway is not a bad thing, but if you sway too much, if you overdo it, it will restrict the shoulder movement, because over there it's very difficult to get the shoulders around at all. By transferring the weight on top of the right leg, making it more vertical, it's difficult to get the correct leg action on the downswing to push back, and again you can come over the top. To get back, the only way really from there is to come round with the arms and shoulders over the top. Try to swing round an almost stationary head, central and fairly stationary, allowing the club to pull the head up on the follow through. Head stays more or less still, turn round, a little bit of sway is okay, turn round, back through, and then only let the head come up as the club swings through and pulls it up. Ball position too far forward. If the ball position is too far forward in your stance, then it's impossible to swing from the inside. It's impossible to swing into out. If I've got the ball, you can't really see it here, so I've got it 6, I'm exaggerating, I've got it 6 inches in front of my left toe. If I try to swing from the inside there, I won't be able to hit it. But I can easily come over the top and hit it. So the ball too far forward, you almost certainly will come over the top and either slice or quite often pull it, because as the ball being further forward, the club head will release and close over. Keep the ball back in your stance, somewhere just inside the left toe. Another reason, standing too close to the ball at address makes it very difficult to get into the ball from the inside. So if I've got the ball here and close in here, and again I'll exaggerate if this were a long time. To get in here is very difficult. It's very restrictive here, very squashed in, and very difficult to get into the ball from there. But again, I can get into it by doing that. So that's another cause of over the top. Next one, bending the left arm on the downswing too much may also cause over the top. In order to reach the ball, so I start again. God. Edit that out if I can. Bending the left arm on the downswing too much may also cause over the top in order to reach the ball. So as I come down, if I bend the left arm too much here, that will bring me inside the ball, and if, again, with repeated swings doing this and mishitting it, I will tend to come over the top in order to reach the ball. This goes with sort of chicken winging on the downswing. If I do this with my left arm, that's pulling the club away from the ball, going to miss it altogether or top it, and in order to correct that, it's common to produce another fault of actually coming over the top to throw the club into the ball. The momentum of the club should pull the left arm straight through impact. So it doesn't matter if it slightly bends here, as you come down, just let the club swing. The club will pull that left arm straight there before it folds again on the follow through. I think now that should be, if I add them all up, that should be 27 reasons for coming over the top. So, if you're not depressed enough already, stuck in lockdown as I'm here, unable to play golf, beautiful weather outside, what I've just explained may make you think that you will never get rid of your over the top and slice. Because there are so many reasons, and obviously in the middle of a golf swing you can't think of all that. Maybe you used to hit the ball straight or with a draw, and like me with age or disability, you were finding it even more difficult to hit the ball straight, you're slicing, or maybe you haven't been playing very long, you're a comparative beginner and just don't understand why you slice. So at least what I've explained here, all these different points, may help you to pinpoint some of the mistakes you're making, and then maybe you'll be able to correct them with the help of your club professional when we can play again. I may make more videos explaining how I have corrected my own extreme over-the-top swing, or just how to live with an over-the-top swing, as many club golfers do. So I now find that I'm hitting the ball fairly well, straight, so with a slight draw with my driver, despite all my disabilities. Irons aren't quite as consistent, but they're not going too badly. I need to get lighter clubs, I think. This has taken a lot of practice and experiment, mainly swinging at home, but also at the driving range and on the golf course. But for me, it has been worth it. It's been very satisfying after a lifetime of not being able to play golf without a slice, to actually find out why I've been doing it, why I have been slicing, why I have been swinging over the top, and more or less to overcome it. It's like, I feel now, it's like defeating an old enemy. So, if you found this helpful, please comment below, and if they watch this, it'll be interesting to see how much hate I get from the YouTube teaching pros. I will try, because I have made a bit of a mess of editing this, I will try to latch on a list of the 27 points onto the end of this part, so that you can, if you're still interested, you can go through them and work along with the video to see which of those points apply to you. Okay, thank you.